Grab your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, cocktail, or tea, and get ready. It's Ladies Night on Lady Overlander Radio.
Lady Overlander Radio is brought to you by Artemis Overland Hardware and the Moore Expo. Come see us at the Moore Expo April 8th through 10th, 2022.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Lady Overlander Radio podcast. I'm your host, Barefoot Overlander. So I forgot I changed my name. And my co-host, Mrs. Bats Off-Road. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
Marla. And then we have Amy and Jamie from Lady Owned Toyotas with us tonight. Welcome, ladies.
Hey, girls.
Hey.
Very happy to have you guys here. So real quick, I'd like you guys to give a little background on each of yourselves. We'll start with you, Jamie, and then we'll move over to Amy.
So I'm Jamie. I am the founder of Lady Owned Toyotas. I'm a mom of 3. I work full time in the medical industry. I live in Lakewood, Washington. And I've had my Toyota for 5 years now.
Nice.
Great.
How about you, Amy?
I am the Arkansas ambassador. February is when I became the Arkansas ambassador. I've had my Toyota since May of 2020. I'm a mother of 3 teenagers, and I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom, plus work on the farm.
Yeah, we just saw your baby goat. So cute.
Busy life.
Well, I am also a Toyota owner. I have had my Land Cruiser since, I want to say, November of 2020. So, and I keep piecing her together, and I love her, and she's 30 years old, and I'm going to keep her going as long as I can. So,
yeah.
So, the first thing I would like to know is how Lady Owned Toyotas came about. How did that all come to fruition? Where did that come from, Jamie?
So I was when I first bought my Tacoma, I was going out and exploring for Forest Service roads by myself. And what happened was I went and upgraded my wheels and tires. And I had a guy come up to me and say, "Hey, do you have an Instagram page for your truck?" And I'm like looking at him like, why would I have an Instagram page for my truck? Like, what? He's like, "You need to get on Instagram. There's a huge community for Toyotas." So I did, and probably about after 6 months, I was like, you know what? I want to meet other ladies who own Toyotas in Washington and go exploring. So I started just an Instagram page, and that first month we had over, I think, 900 followers in 1 month. And then I realized this is not just Washington based anymore. I did not realize there was a need for a Toyota group in the a need for a women's group in the Toyota community.
Yeah.
So it really took off. Our Facebook page actually took off when COVID hit. Right before COVID hit, we only had 1,200 members on Facebook. And so what was that, March of last year, we ended up about 5,000 members.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting at, actually just on Facebook today, we broke 14,000 members.
Oh,
that's
wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
I never expected Lot to turn into what it has today.
Yeah. And one of the things I like the most especially about the Facebook group, is I have yet to see, and I might have just missed it, but I have yet to see anyone be discouraging to anyone else, be rude, talk down to anyone. Like, everybody is so supportive on there. And that's one of the things I really like about it.
That's one thing that when I brought on ambassadors, my biggest thing is I don't like negativity. This group just needs to be a positive community. So that's one thing the admins and the ambassadors really pay attention to. And members too, like if we don't catch it in time, members are tagging us, letting us know, and we're deleting those comments, we're shutting it down fast.
Yeah.
Today there was a post of a gal that was talking about getting rid of her Toyota for a Jeep. And unfortunately, the comment section was just so discouraging. I was pretty
Oh.
disappointed in what I was reading. And I believe the admins ended up shutting down that post. Amy, did it get shut down?
It did.
Yeah. So when I'm at work, I don't have time to pay attention to the Facebook page because I'm too busy. So I rely on the admins to focus on the group, make sure things are taken care of. And if they need me, they'll tag me in our group chat. And that's when I know I need to check in on things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing to hear because like I
Yeah.
said, I have yet to see. I saw the post I believe you were talking about. I didn't go through the threads or anything, but that's
Yeah.
I think for the
There's-
most part, it's pretty encouraging
Mhm.
though. Like I've never experienced.
There's other groups where you see a lot of negativity, a lot of people bashing each other, and the admins don't take care of it. And
Yeah.
it's really sad. It's really discouraging. And I don't want that for our group. I want this to be a positive environment where women feel empowered. They can ask questions without feeling like they're going to get judged, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm in some Land Cruiser groups, and believe me, I don't ask a lot of questions in those groups because people are
Yep.
very quick to make you feel about this big. So,
Yep.
you know, there's some good groups out there, but I don't do a lot of groups for that reason because, you know, you need to be able to feel comfortable enough especially if you're learning about your vehicle, you know, to be able to ask
Exactly.
questions and not be shamed for it. So,
That's right.
Exactly.
Looks like y'all got several members in here in our comment section. We got Lee Gibson, Arkansas member. Looks like Cheryl Miller from Arizona, and
nice.
J.R. Shore.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah. So my next question is for Amy. Amy, you mentioned that you're an ambassador for Arkansas.
Mhm.
What prompted you to want to become an ambassador?
Some of the members, because we didn't have an ambassador, and they were like, they wanted to do meetings and meetups, and they encouraged me to sign up for it. And I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it sounded like something fun to do, and I was encouraged to do it from the members.
Yeah, and then you got your vehicle all decked out as
Mhm.
well. I
Oh,
saw it
yeah.
at the rendezvous, and it had, you know, lady-owned Toyotas across the top and all the colors decked out. I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you went all in.
I did. I went all in.
So what's something you feel like you've gained out of becoming an ambassador
Oh,
as far as
definitely
personal
friendship.
growth or?
Yeah, definitely friendship. I never off-roaded before I got my 4Runner, and now I'm comfortable going out and doing it by myself without my husband, and and taking the girls out on my own.
Very cool. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we started this podcast is to empower women as well and to, you know, educate people, let them know that they're not alone. They can ask questions, you know, from us as well, introduce them to other females in the overlanding and off-roading community. Oh, we have somebody from Oregon on. That's nice.
We got a couple from Oregon on.
Very cool.
We got a West Virginia. They just keep popping up in here.
Awesome.
Y'all got some support.
You know, it's the funniest part is we always thought we were big in the Pacific Northwest because that's where it was started. And we'd always see Midwest and East Coast members saying, oh, you guys never do anything over here for us. Then one of our ambassadors from Montana, her name is Bree. She started a Google Maps for our members. And oh my God, the Midwest and the East Coast have all the members. Forget the West Coast. We have nothing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Kansas. Look at that.
Yeah,
Arkansas.
Kansas, Arkansas.
Very
Got a few
cool.
Oregons in here. So over there by you, Jamie.
Yep.
So everyone that's tuned in, don't be afraid to jump on and ask some questions. If you have any questions for our guest, you know, feel free to post it and we'll throw it up there and ask away.
Yep.
So Jamie, what year did you start Lady on Toyotas?
So I started it on July 1st of 2019. I started the Instagram page.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So it hasn't even really been around super long.
No, we're gonna hit 3 years in July. So
Very cool. Very cool. So Amy, are there any upcoming events that you are planning on attending or anything you've got going on as far as a local thing for any of our Arkansas women?
Yes, we do Rigs and Coffee every third Saturday in Little Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming up the 19th. That's
Okay.
right. Yeah, the 19th of next Saturday. I'll be at that one. And then we have a ladies only ride coming up. I have planned already for the end of March, whenever the rendezvous bonfire is.
April
Nice.
March 30th, I think.
April 30th through May 1st.
Yeah, April 30th. That's it.
Okay, so after more expo then.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that going
Okay.
to start? Tell us a little bit about that.
The ride,
Uh-huh.
I'm not real for sure. We're going to ride through the Ozarks. We haven't planned it out exactly where yet because we've already done one and we want to do a different route.
Uh-huh.
But I got to make it easy for the girls that don't do a lot of off-roading. So we've got to plan a route that it's not super technical.
Okay.
So Aaron, my co-ambassador Aaron, we're going to go run some routes and see what's the best, what'll work for, the girls that don't do a lot of off-roading.
All right.
Very cool.
Can girls that drive Jeeps go with?
Yes, you better come. Of
On
course,
the outcast here.
yeah, the last ride we did, we had several Jeeps show up. There's a 4 Wheels and High Heels group, which is mainly just Jeeps here in Arkansas. I got on there and invited those girls to come out and ride because a lot of them don't ever take their Jeeps out, and they wanted to come learn how to, do trails, and they showed up and we had a blast.
Very cool. We have Lee that says, I love our LOT group here in Arkansas because my husband doesn't always like to go with me to Rome, and these ladies are awesome to go with, so I don't have to go alone. I met so many great ladies. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
Lee's good. She's great to hang out with.
So Jamie, did you anticipate this blowing up like it did?
No.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm such a humble person that I refuse to accept what I've started and what the foundation that we have built. When I hear that major companies like I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden. Total Chaos, the big companies in the off-roading industry know about us. I'm just like, what? You've heard about our group? What? And a lot of these companies actually want to work with us. At More last year, I got a message from Midland, USA saying, hey, we hear you're at More. Come see us. We want to talk to you guys. So I went and I met with Midland's representative, and she's like, we want to sponsor your group. We're looking for women groups to work with. It is so hard to find a women's only group. And so we walked away with a sponsorship from Midland, USA. So I thought that's really cool. Yeah. A lot of companies, a lot of groups want to work with a women's only because it's so hard to find something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had someone I can't really disclose what it's about yet, but I had someone reach out to me because he thought it was so, I overland full time with my husband and kids, but he thought it was so unique and interesting that a woman does that full time. And I said, I actually know a lot of women that do that full time, and a lot of them do it solo. I'm with, my husband and kids. I have people around. There's people that just go off into the wilderness all alone, and do their thing. And so
that would be me. I used to do it all by myself with my kids, and I was so naive. I didn't have any protection. I would go out with no recovery, no weapons, no nothing, just me and my kids. And it got down to one of my friends was like, Jamie, that's not safe. You need to stop doing that. And so it was a learning experience, and Lot has really helped me learn a lot. So,
yeah, we take a Garmin InReach out with us when we're not going to have cell signal. We have, recovery gear and all of that, and
same.
It's important.
It is.
Lots of first aid kits, equipment for the kids because kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are you guys involved with any kind of charitable work or do you guys get into any of that kind of stuff or?
We do. Currently, we have a fundraiser going right now for Tread Lightly, which is an organization that they focus on trail etiquette, keeping our trails clean. And it's not just for off-roading, it's for all recreational, snowmobiling, fishing, camping, all of that. And my goal was $10,000. And we are at 80% of our goal right now. We are sitting at, I think, just over $8,000. So
very nice.
That's great.
Then we did a fundraiser for breast cancer, I can't remember off the top of my head the name of the company that we raised money for. We raised $2,500 for that for breast cancer. So,
And I know,
our local groups do fundraisers too, because I've done one. We did one for the the cereal drive for THV11 cereal drive. We did that one. The one I have coming up next Saturday is for the foster kids second chance youth ranch. We're going to be collecting donations for them. So
great.
I'm going to try to once a month or every few months try to do something, whether it's for the foster kids cereal drive, the something to give back.
Oh,
and
definitely.
almost all of our states get involved in Toy for Tots events too during the holidays. Like the holidays are our biggest thing. Like this community is amazing when it comes to fundraising and giving back to the communities. So
That's very good to hear. That's one of the reasons why I decided to become a member, and I love the community and the things that you guys do and get to give back to that community.
Yeah.
And
That's
I know
one
that
of my sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's one of my things with the ambassadors, is teaming up with other groups and other organizations in their area, because working together as a community builds us. We're not separating ourselves from anybody else. That shows that we want to be a part of this community and help out. And so I flew down to Arizona for a cleanup with Keep Our Desert Clean, and I ended up meeting the CEO of Tread Lightly there. And just to see how many of our girls showed up for that desert cleanup was amazing. It wasn't our event, but we went and helped clean up an area.
Yeah, and as someone who's been to quite a few national forests, I can tell you that there's a lot of places that still need to be cleaned. I mean, it's
everywhere you go.
Yeah. It's a little disheartening at times to see how people treat our public lands. So
I'm going to throw this comment up. I thought it was kind of interesting.
I found out about LOT from two different guys when I was complimenting them on their Toyotas. They weren't even members, but said LOT was known within the industry as such a supportive group. Very cool.
Yeah.
I hear that so much, you guys. We have the biggest support from our male followers. And I hear this so much from girls is, a guy told me about the group.
Yeah. Hi from Arkansas. Nice.
Hey, Latifah.
Yeah, lots of Arkansas.
Very cool. Does it? Do we have any questions yet, Arla? Oh, let's see here. I gotta say, this group is amazing. Jamie knows that my first dunes experience was terrifying. I felt defeated approaching the dunes for the first time in the dark. I'm assuming she means the dunes in Oregon?
Yes. So Tammy is one of our ambassadors from Kennewick, Washington. She drove all the way out to Coos Bay, Oregon, where we had our dunes takeover. And that event, actually, we had so many women show up who have never gone off-roading, let alone went wheeling in sand. So they got to learn how to drive in the sand, going up big steep hills, boosting their confidence. And Tammy was terrified. But after going up one of the big hills, she had so much fun. Just to see her glow and her confidence level to come out and say, I can do this. I don't have to be afraid. And that's the biggest part with women who have never gone out, is they're afraid to. But the moment they do it, it's like you created a monster.
It's on.
Yep.
It's fun.
Latifah has another question.
Any plans of coming to Arkansas, Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie.
It is. I want to. It's just so hard for me to get to Midwest and East Coast because I do work full time, 40 hours a week. Plus, I have 3 kids. When I have to travel for LOT, I'm literally getting on the last plane out of Seattle on a Friday night, getting to my destination at 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Saturday is a whole event day, getting on a plane on Sunday to come back home. Trying to make it to the Midwest and East Coast is really hard for me, especially on a weekend. So I'm really trying to build up my PTO at works to where I can take longer time so that I can get to these events. So that's why you guys always see me in Oregon or Idaho, is because the Oregon is only a 2.5, 3-hour drive for me. So I can do that. That's not a problem. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know that talking about the dunes, when I was out in Oregon this past summer, I tried to camp out on the dunes and get out there. My husband was on his way back to Tennessee at the time his mother was in the hospital. So I was out there completely by myself, started out there with the kids and realized my car was just way too loaded down to get
yeah.
anywhere. So I ended up having to back myself out and thankfully I got out. But
Yeah.
had I known or thought about the fact that I should have contacted other women in the area, I probably
Mhm.
would have been a little more confident on doing that on my own, but
Yeah.
I wasn't going to risk it.
I don't blame you.
Here's another comment from Tara.
My husband encouraged me to apply for the ambassadorship when I mentioned applications opened up for my state. He supports all of us ladies and enjoys the events he tags along on just as much as us. Very cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah,
one thing. That's one thing with our events. Everybody is welcome. Doesn't matter if if it's a guy, what type of vehicle you drive. Yes, we will have women only specific events, but we don't have a lot of them.
Right.
So,
yeah.
and it's funny because the guys that have showed up to our events are like, I like wheeling with you guys. I like going out with you more than my guy friends. And it's because we're helpful. We don't put each other down. We're always there to help communicate. Communication's the biggest one that I've heard from guys is women communicate better than the guys do on trails.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I had Aaron from Switchback Outdoor Safety on probably about a month and a half ago, and he's actually going to be doing some training at the women's camping retreat we're doing in June.
Yep.
And he said that he actually really enjoys interacting with women and training women because you don't get that, the sometimes where you have oh, I already know what I need to know, or
Right.
and
Yep.
women are more likely to ask questions and engage and
Yep.
not be afraid to try things. And so he said he actually really enjoys that. So
Yep.
you
Our
know,
Kansas crew has had a recovery class with
Yeah.
Aaron, right?
Aaron,
That's his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
Let's see, where'd that go? I lost you. Tracy wants to know if you have any plans on going to more expo or bonfire rendezvous.
So we will not have a booth now at Moore, but members will be there to represent us. And there's a chance that we're going to be sharing a table with Kansas City Toyota Club. So we're still working on it. But definitely a lot of members for a lot will be at Moore.
Awesome.
Okay. So can you guys walk, or maybe Jamie, walk everyone through if people are interested in becoming an ambassador in their local area, how do they do that process? What's involved?
So if they go onto our website, ladyownedtoyotas.com, there is a section for the ambassador application. We actually just redid this. There's a lot of research and watching videos, and a lot of questions to answer. So this is not something where we want you to put your time and thought process into becoming an ambassador. Our biggest thing is tread lightly. So the only states that are not open for ambassadors are Washington and Oregon right now. We got so much going on there. I bring on ambassadors every 6 months. I haven't done January yet, so all those applications that I've received recently, I need to sit down and look at and bring on new ambassadors.
So how long does that process take you to get through all of those and decide?
A lot. A lot. What I look at is how many ambassadors I have in each state first. The biggest thing is states that don't have ambassadors, that have members, that want events. So I'll look at those states first and pick ambassadors that way. So my biggest thing is I want the ambassadors to get along. I don't want them fighting, discouraging each other. We're a family is the way I look at it. So
you have to screen carefully and make sure that whoever you select is the right fit
Yep.
for that. Absolutely.
Yep.
Our North Cal group, LOT group, has become like family. Very cool.
So Charles, I don't know if you guys have seen my post about Dawn Roush in our chat. Dawn has been in the hospital since the summer. Started out with COVID and then other complications. She's back in the hospital again as of this week. So we've been a huge support for the Roush family while Dawn's been going through all of this. So.
And is there any kind of GoFundMe set up for her or anything like that you?
No,
No,
there's
nothing like
not. We do have, I don't want to talk about it, but we do have something special going on for her right now that all the states are being involved in. And I'm going to start crying.
Okay.
I only got to meet Dawn once, and she's such an amazing person. She only had 20% chance to live, and she beat it. And the fact that she's still here is just absolutely amazing, given everything that she's been going through. So
She's definitely a fighter.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So. Okay, let's talk about something happy now. So are there any LOT like big events planned for the future, like where you have people from different states come together, or do you anticipate ever doing anything like that? Or
so we do have another Oregon Dunes takeover event coming up in May. So we got people coming in from Idaho, California, Montana. There are people traveling in for that. But as for events where we're attending, that would be Toyota Jamboree in Texas.
Okay.
There's the Overland Expo. We got one now happening in Oregon. They announced this year. So we're going to be going to that one. I haven't decided yet if I want to have a booth at that yet. But the option is still there. And then also Overland Expo in Arizona. There's a chance that we're going to have a booth there this year. I won't be able to be at that one because there's another event that I've already committed to being at. So the Arizona crew will run the booth there. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The 2022 calendar is just starting to fill up.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's still early February, so there's plenty of time.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break and hear from our sponsors, so we'll be right back, everyone. So that's the More Expo, April 8th through 10th, 2022. And Arla and I will be there, both as Lady Overlander Radio and as both of our travel blog channels, Bats Off-Road and The Day We Make. We'll be storytellers there. And I know that you guys mentioned that Lady and Toyotas will have representation there as well. So very excited about that.
So I can get a sticker there.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll get a lot of stickers.
Well, I want one of those Toyota stickers.
Oh.
I like those colors.
You can put that on your Jeep?
It's women representing women.
There you go.
You know, we all got to stay together.
That's right. No matter what we drive.
We do have a couple Jeeps that actually run our stripes. There's a gal in our group where her husband has our stripes on his Jeep.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Very cool.
Mary McClellan, she says that she wants to run those too.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about earlier, Jamie, that wants that.
The stripes.
Yeah, she just got that Tuscadero color.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful Jeep.
Yeah.
Pretty.
She fancy.
It's funny, when I went to Overland Expo in Arizona, they had one of the new Lime Rush colors there for Toyota. And I just happened to have a set of stripes on us, and I took them off and I held them up onto the vehicle. And I'm like, ooh, this actually does look good on the Lime Rush. So
I'm digging some of those Forerunner colors that Toyota has come out with as well. Some of those are super beautiful.
yeah.
Eventually, I'll get the Land Cruiser repainted. I might do one of those colors.
Ooh.
Okay, it says here you should get a booth in Redmond Expo. Oh,
I think that's the one, that's the Overland Expo Pacific Northwest. I believe that they're talking about, because it's in Redmond,
okay.
Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think there's some kind of overlanding event or expo in Idaho as well.
Yes.
I can't
So
remember.
IOX, Idaho Overland Experience, is brand new. Last year we were the sponsors for the event. And there was still a good turnout last year for that, even though it was brand new. You know, it wasn't promoted. It only had been promoted for like 2 months. This year it's getting bigger. And we will be there. We will have a booth. Things are just starting to get finalized. I'm actually headed back to Mountain Mafia this weekend for a racing event that they have on their property. And I'm going to sit down with the guy that owns the property, and we're going to talk more about IOX and expectations and what classes we want to have done there and whatnot. So
Awesome.
Very cool. Yeah, they had reached out to me I think it was last fall, but we had just left and come back to the east, so I wasn't able to check it out. But
that's the reason why I won't be at Overland Expo, because IOX is the same weekend as Overland Expo in Arizona. I was like, there's a conflicting reason why I'm not going to Arizona.
That's it, yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's why you have ambassadors.
Exactly. Yep.
That's exactly why. We got a question here.
Okay. Is there any thought of creating a YouTube channel with regular content and possible how-to videos that could be monetized to further the reach of LOT?
We did start a YouTube channel, but I don't have the time for all this extra stuff, being that I do work full time, about 50 hours a week and have 3 kids. I don't have time to do all this extra content. It's really hard. I would like to in the future be able to run YouTube and stuff like that. It's just hard.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we travel, and I'm homeschooling 3 kids, and I'm still working remotely. It's hard to put out content. It really is.
It really is. Yes. Yeah. When I get home from work, I am typically filling orders for 3 hours after I get home from work. And I finally started prioritizing it as I'm not filling orders every day. I'm only doing it 3 times a week. That way my kids are getting time with me, because it wasn't fair to them. I'd come straight home from my main job from 6 o'clock at night till midnight. I'm filling orders, and that was not fair to my kids. So I had to find a happy medium between Lot and my family. In the beginning, I didn't know. I eat, breathe, and sweat Lot in the beginning. So this year, my focus is me. Focus on Jamie. Find Jamie again.
Yeah, once you dedicate yourself to something, sometimes you lose yourself in that. It's very easy to do.
It is.
So you got to find that balance.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I take a lot of pride and joy in this group, and I think it shows with the packages that I send out. I give away so much free merchandise. It's ridiculous. So much. And in those packages, I write a handwritten note on there telling people thank you for their support. Not only that, they get free merchandise. Like, I give out these little card packs with the little Toyota hearts and a bracelet or some extra goodie. So that shows that I do care about the women in our group, and I do care about what we're doing.
That's exactly what Latifah's saying in this comment, that you voice your personal note.
Yep. Yeah. You send cute personalized messages plus extra LOT goodies. I love it.
And so does our decal vendor, Maggie, too. She sends a cute little message as well. She direct ships our decals. Those do not come from me. And then our clothing as well comes directly from our vendors. So if you get clothing merchandise, you won't get the card packs in them or the extra goodies.
Very nice.
Awesome.
So Amy, what's something that you would tell other women if they want to maybe get more involved in LOT, and how would you recommend they balance their time when doing so? Because I know you said you get a lot, you get very involved as well. And
if they can come to a meeting, if they have meetings in their area, go to a meeting, meet up with the local girls, see what they're doing. And I try not to do just off-roading, not just overlanding. I try to get the car groups involved, because we are Toyotas. We're not just off-roading.
Yep.
So I try to do other stuff as well, whether it's go meet up for coffee or go get tacos.
Oh yeah, I've seen some Corollas and Camrys and all kinds of different vehicles in the group. So it's definitely not just a 4x4 off-road group.
That's one thing we get a lot of us. Oh man, there's a lot of 4Runners in here. But you got to realize Toyota outsold GM Motors this last year. Toyota's at the top. Their number one consumer rating vehicle was a 4Runner. So that's why there's so many 4Runners out there, is because that was the number one vehicle for them.
Oh yeah.
And the SUVs, the trucks for Toyota, their sales are just outrageous. We are trying really hard, because we are seeing more of the car community join us. We're trying to also involve them now. So we're doing, dinner meets. Here in Washington, I have a country line dance night coming out. We're all gonna. And it was because somebody asked, they're like, can we have a couples night so where we can bring our spouses? I was like, yeah, sure. So we rented out a VIP section at this local country bar, and we're going to do line dancing. So I'm trying to do other events that are not just focused on off-roading and overlanding and stuff like that. So
That's awesome.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's very cool.
One thing I told the ambassadors, we now have a contract, because some stuff had came up recently last year to where I needed a contract and to set some guidelines for the ambassadors. Because before it was just they were representing lot. There was really no guidelines for them just to promote us. Now they can host events if they want to. It is not mandatory, but it's highly suggested because our members do want to get together and meet each other. The other one is, this is not a job. Please do not treat this as a job. You're not getting paid for it. This is something to do for fun, make friends, meet people. Don't take it like a job. So.
Yeah, you've got to find that balance.
You do. Yep.
For sure. 3 amazing groups on this podcast.
Oh, Chris.
So, Charles, did you see that comment? Let's see. You can see how much Jamie cares about the group with the respect everyone has for the group and other members. Absolutely. Yep.
I try. I really try my best for this group. And as an admin team ambassadors, we've done such a fabulous job at the foundation of this group. We've been getting a lot of hate recently about that we're too strict and that we deny posts, but there's a specific reason why your posts are being denied. One, it looks like it's just going to cause negative comments. We don't just decline every single post, but we want to keep an eye on things and make this group positive and welcoming.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I do when I do post in there is I try to only post about a podcast in there if I know the person is an LOT member. So I try to be respectful with that when we do our sharing because of the same thing. You don't want to take advantage of groups. You don't want to have a bunch of negativity in there. You don't want it to just fill up and it's just, nothing but advertisements, and because then it's not enjoyable. It's not what the groups are made for.
Yeah. So. And a lot of members get upset that they cannot promote their businesses or their small businesses. And that's exactly why, because people were complaining that they were seeing way too many business posts, promoting of other things. So that's why we have strict rules. We do have we now have threads, because we were seeing an increase of, this is the biggest one right now, is women getting their nails done and posting it with their vehicle. We're getting so many complaints about those posts. We're getting so many complaints about those type of posts, or co-pilot posts as well. So now we're starting to make like Mondays your co-pilot post day. That's where you can post all your co-pilots. Tuesday's Taco Tuesday. You can make all your Taco Tuesday posts on there. So we're really trying to organize the group and try to accommodate everyone. I started realizing we can't please everybody. I'm a people pleaser. So when people get upset, I feel so bad. And I've started to realize over the last couple months, we cannot please everybody. So.
Well, what day is really old Land Cruiser Day? Because I'm going to make sure I post up then.
Amy, are you the one that's doing the color post?
Color Thursdays.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Michelle is doing our Toyota posts for like Tuesday, and she makes a different theme every Tuesday. So like today was Toyota sunsets. So
very nice.
I mean, you're more than welcome to post your vehicle whenever you want. It's just specific posts. It's just becoming overwhelming with the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
So.
And I also noticed that if you have, like when I've posted my vehicle on Instagram at times and tagged you guys, you've shared it on your page as well to promote other people's pages and stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah. So I I'm not the one doing the featuring for Instagram. I have somebody else doing it for me, but I will do the story posts and check the inbox as well. A lot of members are like, well, why aren't you featuring us on Instagram? It's because they're not tagging us right. We don't go and look at the hashtag Lady Owned Toyotas. We go by the like the actual tag on the photo that it'll give us a notification. And that's how we're featuring members there. So.
Very cool. So do you guys have any other news that you want to share? Any other upcoming things happening, or?
We are in the process of working on state specific Lady Owned Toyota shirts. So I think Amy, you got your Arkansas one done. That one's been submitted. Washington has been submitted. I believe Tennessee has been submitted. So we got that going on. I'm working on a big giveaway. It's still in the works. And it'll be specifically for the Facebook page. Instagram will not be involved in this.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I noticed you guys just created the subgroups for each state.
Oh my God. Thank you, Facebook. Oh my gosh. And it has been such a hit. We love it. An admin team, we've been discussing it, and members are more involved now with their state specific group.
Yeah.
I made a ticket over the weekend with Facebook because some members are saying, oh, I can't find the subgroup. And so we were telling them to update their app on their phone or reset their phone, and they still weren't seeing it. And I'm like, this isn't right. So I reached out to Facebook, and I believe they're working on it, but I'm not sure. But it's been a huge hit, and we are so happy to see the involvement with members in the subgroups.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we can catch you guys at Riggs and Coffee in Arkansas, correct, Amy?
Yes.
And then at the More Expo and at a few other places here. I've got a child in the background making a little noise here.
There's the goat.
Baby.
Oh, baby goats.
We're an animal-friendly show here, people.
And child-friendly, apparently. So child and animals, everything.
We got a comment that says, just take their money on the specific state shirts.
Take my money now.
Oh my gosh.
Sold.
I feel so bad when we come out with new stuff because everybody's like, take my money, take my money. I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to do that. So one thing a lot of people ask is, where the money goes for the income or the money goes for LOT sales. In all honesty, our prices are so cheap. I'm not making money off of this. I plan on donating $10,000 to Rebel Rally for a first-time Toyota team. So that's something I'm hoping to be able to do this year. If not this year, for sure next year.
Awesome.
So that's something I want to give back. And the Rebel Rally is growing. It's huge.
Yeah. Very cool.
We have a couple friends that's going to do it this year.
Yep. We have a couple girls that have met through LOT that teamed up and will be racing this year. So we got a few LOT teams out there.
That's awesome.
It was so cool this year. I'm not going to lie. It was so cool this year to see a couple teams with our logo. Like I freaked out. There was a Toyota Tacoma from Colorado that went this year, and I saw our stripes on her snorkel. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, look at her.
Yeah. So I fangirled a little bit.
It happens. Here's a question for us.
From Diane, are you planning on getting any of the embroidered LOT Velcro patches again? I noticed that they're sold out on the website. Sad face.
Yeah. So if she's talking about the OG logo, the mountain with the moon above it, yes, I am working on restocking merchandise. I have a lot of PVC patches. I am a PVC fan, so I decided to stock PVC patches, and I've just sat on them. So yes, go wild, Marvin's. Is it Marvin's or Mavens?
Mavens.
Mavens.
Katie and Lisa.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Super excited about that.
Do you have any other questions or in the comments?
I don't really have any in here.
One of the best things is being able to ask other LOT members in other states like Colorado questions while planning vacations. Great to have local ladies to ask. That's for sure.
Yep.
That's true.
Absolutely. So I'm in some other groups for overlanding for each state, and they're not always so willing to share information.
Hey,
Maggie
that's
loves,
Maggie.
Maggie loves the goat.
That's our decal vendor.
Yeah, Maggie. I'll try good decal.
So now we have to come up with goat sweaters for lady-owned Toyotas, I think. Little goat sweaters.
And dog sweaters. I think someone
Yes,
asked.
I was gonna. You guys are getting on me about those dog sweaters.
Katie is a Kansas ambassador. Nice.
Wild Ravens. Yep.
Yeah, I have to give a shout out to the ambassadors. They are the heart and foundation of this group. If it wasn't for them, Lot wouldn't be where we are. You know, they promote the heck out of us. You know, and they involve the members. They're there answering questions. Like Amy, man, I see her on so many posts.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you doing this?
And she's not only answering questions, she's responding, when someone posts a picture of their vehicle and stuff. She's very active. And when we were at Rendezvous, she hosted a little dinner at her campsite and everything, and that was pretty cool. And got to meet everybody there, and it's very nice. I love the community that Lady on Toyotas brings.
Thank you.
We love you, Amy. Everybody's saying they love you, Amy.
Yeah.
Y'all too. Latifa.
Obviously, you're a good ambassador. Amy's the best.
You got a fan club here.
The Amy fan club.
The Amy fan club.
The Arkansas Amy fan club. They just want to see your goats. That's all.
Yeah. Actually, who was it? Marie. Is she from Arizona? She messaged me earlier and she's like, I'm coming through there sometime in March. Can I stop by your farm? I'm like, yes, come on.
My first Arkansas trip was with Amy.
Yeah. That was our first lady only ride too.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking for merch here.
Need beanies and ball caps again. I would like a ball cap. Yeah,
Same. I would rock one of those ball caps.
So
yeah,
when it comes to right now, the industry is hurting for merchandise, like specifically clothing. And I am a stickler for Richardson hats. Like I don't want cheap. So the reason why there's no hats is because it is so hard to get Richardson hats right now. And I don't keep anything in stock. So anytime we do hats or beanies, it's a pre-sale. By the time the pre-sale is over, half the time the hats aren't even available.
Wow.
So, yeah. So hats and beanies, it's just really hard to get our hands on right now.
Arla knows about supply chain, don't you, Arla?
That's what I do for a living. Love it.
That's a good one. So
Latifa wants to know, is anyone mistaken LOT stripes for the BMW stripes?
There must be a story there.
Yeah.
So BMW, their colors are very, very similar. So our pink is actually red for them. They don't have purple, but their colors really do look close to lot colors. So
really,
don't come after us, BMW. Take it easy.
I'm throwing this out there just because I'm missing part of the hog game, but apparently we're doing good. So thank you, darling, for that little update. It's important. Yeah, we dig the Richardson 112s in this house.
Yeah.
And one thing I got to say for members who do come out to events that I'm at, please do not be scared to come up and talk to me. I am the most welcoming person. I guess I intimidate people, but I promise I'm the nicest person ever. I give hugs. So,
Oh, just a hugger.
yep.
Here's a question.
Tammy, are you going to be doing the monthly merchandise designs again?
Oh, wow.
Monthly merchandise. Oh, that what we were doing with Devin. I'm hoping we can get those back up again. I need to get a hold of Devin and find out what our plans are for 2022. So Devin is our clothing merchandise with tell-all prints.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, we got another question here from Latifa. I know is it LOT supporter and LOT tot decal on the website. Are we going to have a husband spouse decal too? Significant other decal?
So that's what the lot supporter is for the husbands, the boyfriends, our supporters. We only offered them in solid colors because we didn't think the guys would want to rock our colored stripes on their vehicles. But if anybody ever wants to customize a decal, all they need to do is reach out to they can't really reach out to me because my message folder is now closed. But they can email Lady Owned Toyotas at gmail.com or reach out to Maggie, our decal vendor. So
Tammy wants to know if you're going to have some hoodies.
Hoodies.
There are hoodies available on the website right now, and almost all of our designs on the website. So
Awesome.
Oh, Diane says, Jamie, can you explain the lot patch pass? Sorry for the newbie here. I just don't understand how it works and missed the last one for that reason.
I'm not the one putting it on. It's actually somebody else outside of lot who's a member who's doing it. But from my understanding, and we've only done it, Amy, we've done it twice now. Is that correct?
3, I think.
3? Okay. It's a monthly thing where the gal will post a post saying if you want in, put your name. Amy, can you explain how it works? Because I know you've been more involved in that one.
Let's say post a picture of your ride, and then whoever you post, and then you comment, and the next person comments, and then you send a patch to I think the lady above that commented above you, and then the person below you will send you a patch, so that you will send a patch and get a patch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And the gal that's doing it's doing a really good job at making sure each person is getting their patch. The only complaint that I have received from members is the time frame on the patches to be able to get in on it is not long enough. People are missing the announcement. So I need to reach out to the gal that is putting on the patch pass and say, hey, can you extend the time frame a little bit longer? Because members are getting discouraged that they weren't able to jump in on it. So okay. I can tell you, I signed up for the first one, and my gal was from Australia, and I was like, "What?" So, yeah, cool. we just sent our first order over to Europe too, which was really cool.
Okay, we have. I know you have a lot on your plate, Jamie, but perhaps in the future, an LOT could have a nationwide jamboree.
That'd be cool.
That is a work in progress right now. The issue is it's going to be Pacific Northwest based. A lot of members from the Midwest and East Coast have to plan to drive over. I'm very hesitant because I don't want to get a big piece of land to do something like this and not a lot of people show up. That's my biggest concern is forking out all this money to have this space and nobody shows up for it. So it's kind of a win-win. I got to balance things out. Hopefully within the next year, there'll be a need for it because lot would have grown more. So that's why we're teaming up with these bigger expos and showing up to these expos.
Here's another question for you.
I love supporting LOT. I solo travel. Can we have a design that is LOT instead of Lady Owned Toyota printed out on the OG logo?
Huh.
Have a design. Can you pop that back up so I can see it again?
Yeah, let's see that.
Can we have a design that is lot instead of... Oh, so they're wanting it to say LOT instead of lady-owned Toyotas.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. So I cannot, there's 5 of our designs I cannot alter. That is our OG logo, our circle stripe logo, and then the Life is Better Off-Road, the one that has the Tacoma on it and the one without. And now we do have a Forerunner coming out. It's being worked on.
Oh boy.
So, so as long as it's not our regular logos, I can make a new design and just have lot. So I've been the last couple of days I've been brainstorming how we can support our LGBT community. I want to have a design specifically for that community. So
Very cool. I saw somebody posted like the colors of LGBTQ and then the lady on Toyota stripes or something together. Like that was pretty cool looking. I don't remember. I think I saw that in post in one of the group posts or something.
yeah.
So
I know that our colors always get mistaken for, I think it's the bisexual community. Their colors are very similar to our 3 colors, but the way their colors are represented in a specific order is not how our colors are. And our colors are more vibrant versus the bisexual community colors.
yeah, I think they're more muted colors. Yeah.
Exact. Yeah. And I think it was Andrea from New York, our New York ambassador, is the one who brought that to my attention, that the bisexual community, the reason why their colors are in a certain order is there's a meaning behind it. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So,
we have a. I
We have a
need
bird.
the four.
yep.
I need the Forerunner LBOR.
Yeah, I have a feeling when that one drops, it's going to be a huge hit.
Yeah, we have a couple people already said that they need it.
Yep. Yeah.
Very cool.
So I don't know how to make designs and stuff like that. And so I actually have to pay people to have designs made. So that specific one, for that design, it cost me $150 just for the design, but we outright own that design. I just can't alter it.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
It takes time, and I hear the girls, I hear their recommendations and what they're wanting, and it takes time because I don't design stuff.
Takes time and money.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I designed that logo behind Amy. That was me. It's so plain Jane, but I did it.
Girl Gang. I like that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Love that.
So this one here.
Yep.
That's one of those original designs.
Correct. Originally, that was made for a patch design, and the girls loved it so much that we had stickers made. Then it ended up being on our clothing. And one of our members, who's a graphic designer, her name's Sammy, she's the one who made that for us. So
very nice.
I
like that one.
It's been a huge hit. Like, people recognize us now with that design, that logo, versus the OG logo. So
yeah, that's the one I usually see, is the one I just posted up there.
Yeah.
So, well, I really appreciate you guys being on the show tonight. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll give our guests any last questions they might have or any comments they'd like to throw up. We can definitely hit those up here real quick. Let's see. Oh, Katrina says, is there a way ambassadors can get more LOT spotted cards at one time?
Ooh.
Yes. So they can go onto the website, and even members can do this too. There is a ad on there for lot spotted cards. Basically, you're paying $1 for 20 cards plus shipping. So the quantity is only 20 cards per order, because I only order 2,000 cards at a time. And so if I'm sending out 100 cards in one order, I'm going to have to turn around and have more cards made. So that's why I try to limit it. And then you get 5 cards with orders that I send out. So
you just order a lot and stock up your cards, and then you can give those out.
Yeah.
Tony says Jared Cook is a killer designer.
Yes, he
Okay.
is.
So I need a new patch design for Lot. So as you guys have noticed, a lot of the patch makers from Toyota Patch Club have reached out to me, and I have said, yes, let's work together to offer these limited edition patches for the girls. And then I started thinking, I don't have any new patch designs for us specifically on our website that will be available all the time.
Mhm.
Right.
So I love that other patch makers are reaching out to us to offer Lot specific patches.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
We have one more here. Let's see. Tammy says, we'd throw our money your way for any of these designs. There goes
I
that take my
know.
money again.
I know. So
Well, I really appreciate you guys being on the show tonight. We had a lot of fun. Oh, Jared says he can help out. Look at that.
okay.
I'll send you his info.
So Jared, I was gonna say, or he could add me on Facebook. But if he tries to send me a message on Facebook, I won't get it. Because my request folder is shut off, it'll tell the person who messaged me the message was sent, but the receiver might not receive it. Message never came through.
Okay.
can
He can
email
probably
that to
also
you.
email you too at
Yep.
ladyowntoyotas@gmail.com.
He
For
drives a
sure.
4Runner.
There you
Yep.
go. Very
Yep.
cool. Well, that's it for our show tonight, guys. And we had a lot of fun. Thank you, all of the ladies from all over the United States that joined tonight and asked questions and supported the group. I'm a member of Lady Owned Toyota's group myself. I love it. And I really appreciate all you do, Jamie and Amy, and all the other ambassadors out there. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next week.
Have a good night.
You too. Oh, she jumped off